Hi guys, what's going on? So today, actually it's quite late in the day, I've come to Monsal Head again, and I've been here before. If you watch my videos, I've been here before, but if you've seen that video, it was quite rainy that day, dull, overcast, so I thought I'd come back. It's about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It's a nice sunny afternoon. I'm just waiting for the sun to go down. I've got like half an hour left-ish, something like that. We're going to set up somewhere, find a decent spot to stand. We've just got to wait for the sun to come down and hopefully we can get a sunset picture. So let's go and have a look round. So as you can see, the sun's gone down now, and I think I've got some good photos. It's a brilliant place, brilliant scene, brilliant sunset. And now what we're going to do, we can jump into Photoshop and we're going to edit some pictures and see if we can enhance them and make them a lot better and come out with something really good. So I'll see you in there. So to start with, I'm in Lightroom. I've imported all the pictures. I find it easier to go through the pictures, seeing as I've took quite a few in here first. We can go to the develop part and look at the pictures that I've took. A few different techniques I tried. High dynamic range, HDR, which I find didn't work as well. This is where you take different exposures and stitch them together. I didn't get enough scenery in the picture. I'm taking this at 18mm, and I found that I just wanted a bit more on the side. So what I did was I went for a panoramic style, and what you do is you take a picture in portrait, turn slightly, take another one, keep going until you've got enough. So I took about 7 pictures here, which creates a panoramic, so I'm going to stick with these ones. So we're just going to try and edit these pictures in here and see what we can come up with. So first I want to lighten this bottom half, so I'm going to bring the shadows up and darken the sky a bit to bring them clouds out. So I'm going to bring the highlights down, and then it's looking a bit dark, so I just want to turn that up a bit, not too much. I want to turn up the vibrance and saturation just to bring the colours out. It's looking a bit yellow, so I think I might turn the temperature down. About there, looks good, and still looking a bit green and yellow. I might turn the tint up. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking a bit flat, so I'm going to bring the whites and the blacks in. So I'm going to hit Alt while dragging the white, and once you see a bit of white come in, that should be enough. Same with the blacks. That just gives a bit of depth to it, and I might just bring a bit more in the contrast and clarity. Clarity is nice because it kind of brightens parts up where the sun would hit. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of sharpening, just a little bit, and I'm going to mask it as well. Hold Alt down, just slide that up so we don't get the sky, a lot of grain in the sky, and then we're just going to bring some luminance in just to soften it out, and you can see in the little window here. So that's looking alright. So what now we're going to do is, there's a copy and paste button down here. We're going to click the copy button, and this is all the effects that I've just edited, and we're going to copy that and we're going to apply it to the other photos. So once you've copied that, we're going to go back to the first picture and we'll just press the paste button. And it will paste those settings onto that picture. And we're just going to do this for each one. So once you've pasted them all your pictures should look pretty similar now, and you can see the panoramic effect starting to come together. Next, what we want to do is select all the pictures, holding shift and pressing the first and last picture, and we're going to right click one of them and we're going to go up to photo merge, and we're going to go to panorama, and it will create a preview. So once it's stitched it together, you can see on the edges there's bits missing. This is because it's cropped and turned the pictures to fit each other based on the horizon and things in the shot. While you're taking the pictures, make sure that you overlap each part so it's got enough information to go with. So you have different options here. You've got spherical, cylindrical and perspective. They do slightly different things. As you can see, for some reason perspective don't work on this one, but I went for spherical, which seems to be alright for this picture. And we're going to hit merge. So once it's merged all the pictures, your photo will end up here. You can see they're all put together. It's done a good job of it. So what I want to do is bring this into Photoshop and edit it in there. So what I'm going to do is go to File, Export. I'm just going to choose the desktop, and I'm going to go down to File Settings, and I'm going to change it from JPEG to DNG, Camera Raw, and Export. So when you import the photo into Photoshop, you'll come into Camera Raw, and as you see on the side, all the settings that you did in Lightroom are already applied. First thing I want to do is I want to transform it, because I don't think I took this picture perfectly straight. The horizon's on a slant, so I'm just going to rotate that so it looks right. That there, and press open image. So once we're in Photoshop, I'm just going to duplicate the layer. This is just in case we want to go back if we make any mistakes. I'm going to shut that one off for now. There's a few things we need to sort out. We need to sort out this edge, and also there's a few dirt marks that was on the lens that I didn't see when I was taking the picture, but we can easily take them out. So this first job is to get rid of this edge. There's a couple of ways we can do that. We can use the healing brush. We can make a big one and big brush, and we just go across the top like this, and it should do a okay job. That's not too bad. Sometimes if you go down the edge you can see a nasty line there, so we'll undo that, and we can actually use the clone stamp tool. Hold Alt and select close to the edge, and then we're just going to paste down the edge, and it should match up pretty well. And we can do that across that top bit as well. So with these horizons, what you want to do is click on there and just match it up on the edge, and now we can go down the side. So I'm just trying to match up this pathway here and make it a bit longer, and take a bit of these flowers just to fill that in. As you can see, I've got another camera here. It was doing a time lapse at the time. I accidentally got into shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take some of these flowers and just overlap that. There we go. So there we go. The edges are all filled in and it looks kind of natural. So I think we've done a good job there. The next job is to get rid of all these little dirt marks that have appeared on the lens. Sometimes it happens. I've got quite a lot here. It's a good idea to always check your lens and clean it before you go out and while you're out, but I didn't do it because I didn't have much time because the sun was coming down, so I just took the pictures. But we can actually use the spot healing tool, and what we do is just going to click and it disappears. So we're going to do that for all the little spots and make sure we get all of them. Once you've got rid of them all, just take a good look, make sure you've got them all, and you can see from the first picture that it makes a big difference. The next thing is, I don't know if you can see, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weird looking smoke lines on this picture. I think they were lens flares from the sun, because we've got 7 pictures on here. It's kind of like duplicated them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the clone stamp tool just to get rid of some of that. So what I'm going to do is just select close to it, and I'm just going to brush over it. I want to bring the flow down a bit just to so it's not so harsh. That starts to get rid of them. So once you get rid of them, I've not done a perfect job, but you could spend more time on it. So the pictures look pretty good. I still think that it's a bit dark down here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to filter, camera raw. We're just going to play around with it. So once you've gone into Photoshop and come back into camera raw, you'll notice that all your settings will go back to 0. So you can add more to it. So I could bring the shadows up if I wanted more, or bring the highlights down even further. But what I want to do is I just want to enhance the colours and just make it stand out a bit more. So the first thing is I'm going to put a little vignette on there, just around the edges, not too much. And that will sort of make the sun stand out a bit more. And I might play around with some of the colours. These greens down here, you can bring them down a bit more orangey, like the sun's casting orange onto it. And we might bring the contrast up a bit, and the clarity, maybe a little bit of exposure. It's looking a bit better, but I still think it's dark down here, so we're going to get an adjustment brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the exposure up a bit. I'm just going to brush down here. And we don't want it too exposed, just a little bit, and I might even bring the temperature up quite high so it's quite warm, and maybe a bit of saturation and clarity, just to bring the whites out. I'll get a new brush, and I'm going to do the same to these like hillsides. And then I might just go back in and bring the exposure down. So that's it, all we need to do is press OK. And I think that picture looks fantastic. So you can see the difference from when we brought it in from Lightroom to now. So if you like this picture, if you like this video, please subscribe, comment, tell me what you thought, share the video, would be appreciated, and I will see you next time.